even pressure, firm but no tension. Just like that. In my observation, most golfers could save at least 3 strokes around by making some changes to the way that they grip the putter. The cool thing is we're going to show you what those changes are in this video. 3 keys you've probably never heard of that'll improve your grip and help you make more putts, and a couple of mistakes you're probably making that you don't even realize you're making, and if you correct those, it'll help you make more putts. So let's get to it. Let's talk about gripping the putter. Your hands on the grip. Now I know some people use the claw grip or the pencil grip or all different kinds of grips for gripping the putter. The principles I'm going to give you in this video apply to any kind of grip that you use. The first thing is you want to grip the putter in a way that you're not trying to get leverage. There's no angles. It's not like a golf stroke where you're trying to get power and speed. You don't need that with the putter. What you're trying to do is grip the putter and have your hands and wrist in such a way that this face stays square to your target line and you roll the ball up that line. You want to keep this face square and control the speed and distance. So first thing about your grip, hands straight out, away from your body. And if we can see in this camera, from this camera angle over here, notice how my arms and hands and wrists are straight. There's not any tilt or any hinge or any of that. It's straight from my shoulder, from my elbow, once I'm in the putting position, straight down the shaft of the putter. I want as straight a line as possible. And so I'm going to grip out here, tuck the putter in, and then I'm going to rotate towards the ground. Now my putter sole is flat on the ground. Straight line from my elbows down the putter shaft. That's what I'm looking for and what I'm wanting. A lot of people, their grip is too long. If that's the case for you, then you should probably go down the grip until you can have this line straight. You don't want any angles there, because every time you add an angle, it makes it much more difficult to control the putter face. And what we want to do is grip the putter in a way that makes it easy to keep this putter face square. Second thing there, and this is a big thing, most people I see grip the putter a whole lot in their fingers, like out here, like we're doing that, odd Japanese grip on the putter. If you have the putter in your fingers and what you're going to have then is too much grip pressure in the fingers, and that causes people to push putts. Your fingers it's not a good control mechanism for a putter. Again, in a full stroke, you're trying to get leverage and angles and club head speed. Having in your fingers is helpful. But in a putting stroke, you want it more, if you can see this in the video and zoom in for us there, Mr. Cameraman, I want it more in the lifeline of my hands, more in here, in the lifeline. Even, it's okay, and I have an unusual, unique, actual grip on the putter itself. We'll talk about that more in a minute. But even up in the pads, you want not so much, not here in the fingers, here in the lifeline, or even in the pads. And again, because of the angles thing, you want your hands as equal as possible. Now, I personally use a little bit of an under grip, so I tend to put the putter in here with my palms up. That's my choice. And I interlock fingers like that. But notice the putter in my grip, my thumbs are pretty relaxed, my fingers are pretty relaxed. I'm holding the putter in here. That's the power point, because what I'm trying to do is my right hand is dominant, trying to back of my left hand towards the target line, palm of my right hand, just roll a ball towards the target line. So key thing is grip. That's the second thing. First thing is angles, where the putter is an extension of your arm. Good. So I use a Kotahi putter grip. And the purpose of the Kotahi grip, I grip the putter somewhat Paul Runyon style. Paul Runyon was palms up, and the reason that he was palms up is everybody wants elbows up, like your elbow pits up, like that, like you're giving blood. Now, most people then, from this position, rotate their hands inward, palms facing each other. That's the principles of any good grip. My palms are facing each other like this with my palms a little bit up. The reason why is hands like this, it's really easy to go like a windshield wiper or a fishtail. That's bad. This is good. So we want this on the putter. You can do that like this. None of this, no fishtail windshield wiper in your stroke. So the Kotahi grip is made for gripping a little bit palms up. I have mine rotated about 40 degrees because I like this teardrop or this spine to fit in the web of my hand. By the way, it's time for me to get a new Kotahi grip because I've worn this one out over the last several years. I'll put a link in the video description where you can get a Kotahi grip too, since I got to go buy one myself. So once you have your grip, the putter is an extension, there are no angles on your wrist, and you've got it in the lifeline to the pads of your hands. Your fingers are kind of relaxed on the putter. Once you're there, let's talk about grip pressure. All my life I've heard this thing, oh, you need to grip the putter really gently like you're holding a baby bird. No. For one, we don't run around gripping baby birds, and I've talked about that before on the channel. I don't even know how to do that. But number two, I want to keep this putter face stable. And in a situation where it's moving and I'm moving it with the core of my body, if I'm just barely holding it, it flops around. That is not what I want. That doesn't promote a stable putter face and keeping the putt on line. So I want to grip the putter a lot firmer than most people think that they should, but I'm not squeezing it to death or choking it to death. Here's my thought process. I grip the putter as firmly as I can without feeling any tension in my hands or arms. When I'm making a putter stroke, I ought to be completely relaxed in my hands and arms. The tension should be here in my core. Or like Tiger Woods talks about, he felt that here in the upper part of his back between the shoulder blades. That's where the engine for the putting stroke is, in your core. I'm just using my hands to hold this. So maybe if you need to talk about grip pressure, a 5 out of a 10. Two mistakes that a lot of people make with grip pressure, and I've proven this over and over and over with people out on the golf course. I see somebody who's consistently pulling their putts and they can't figure out why they're pulling their putts. I look at them and I tell them, tell you what you do. Lessen up the pressure on your thumbs. You're squeezing the putter too hard with your thumbs. And they'll do that and all of a sudden they stop pulling the putts. Yeah, when you really grip it too hard with your thumbs, you can see that tension and pressure. Yep. And here's the result of too much thumb pressure. Putts. I see people a lot of times, and this has come up, in fact, last Sunday with a friend of mine. He's really got he's holding the putter way too much in his fingers, number one, and he's squeezing, like you could see his knuckles getting red in the middle or his fingernails getting red in the middle because he's squeezing the putter so hard with his fingers and everything is pushing. That's just a product of the way that you have your hands on there. So your grip pressure about a 5, nice and firm without any tension in your hands and arms, and even between the fingers and thumbs. Really, you ought to be holding the pressure with the lifeline, the palms of your hands, and the pads up in here. If you'll try those things, putter where there's no angles, it's a straight line extension from your elbow, your forearm, all the way through your wrist to the head of the putter. That'll help you put putts on line. Make certain that you have it gripped in the palms and the pads, not in the fingers, and then work on the grip pressure. Balance between fingers and thumbs, firm enough to keep it square, loose enough so that you have no tension. If you'll do that, you'll eliminate the pushing and pulling. And then if you're not rolling putts online, you ought to check out this video below and we'll give you some more tips to help with that. By the way, if you like tips to help you make more putts and roll the ball straight up the line, you know the drill. Give this video a like, a share, a thumbs up, and until next time, here's to you making more putts.